Bom dia, prezados colegas. It's my pleasure to be here, and all our group, I think I can be so bold to say it, is absolutely fascinated with Brazil and with Belo Horizonte in particular. Why? Because it's probably one of the most overall friendly, open, culturally and religious tolerant country. And it stares you in the face. It's absolutely obvious. And besides, it's warm here. So I'll be telling about the program of academic excellence that is underway now in Russia. Academic excellence programs are not a new thing. A lot of major world powers do have them in one way or another. And, we entered into that in 2013. And there are two challenges there, I believe. First one is straightforward and simple, just to get there. Of course, into world university rankings, and to get internationally visible. So we have to do regular things. We have to increase the number of cited publications. We have to increase the number of international students and international employees, and, other sorts of international cooperations. But the other thing is not so visible. It's the task to enrich world academia when we are there. I mean, when we get global, we have to enrich global science with the ideas that are new and really unique, because it's the mission of every academic institution. And there are some issues here underlying these two tasks. Why come to Russia? Why come to Brazil? Why come to China? Why come to India? Why come to South Africa? I listed the whole group of BRICS countries. First answer might be cynical and very practical, because all these nations offer world-class education at competitive prices. The other answer is also not that obvious. What we are in need badly now in academic world is new ideas. The ideas that are really original and unique. We are in need of the ability to look at the questions that we study, to look at our subjects with new eyes and kind of new stance. And new academic cultures are an opportunity to do that. So, of course, there are countries and academic nations, if I may say so, that are in no need of advertising, like UK, United States, France, Germany, Netherlands. But to limit your choice with these countries means to limit the capability of being intellectually inventive and curious. So I would strongly recommend to consider that possibility and to visit other nations outside this major circle. So this program of academic excellence now, it started in where the idea was much earlier than 2013, and currently we have 15 leading Russian universities participating in that project. Why 5-100? According to the plan, 5 institutions out of 15, and in total we have 1,200 universities in Russia. So top 15 were selected for this task, and 5 of 15 have to enter the world top 100 by the QS ranking by the year 2020. 5 out of 15, 100, the world top 100. That's why 500. So the description is here, and the measures, the steps, the critical steps that we have to take are on the right lower corner. So we have to increase all this in order to get there. Each institution is subject to enforced financial support from the states, from the state of Russia, in order to achieve this. And of course, we take into consideration world standards. So rankings are not the total, and the ultimate purpose. It's kind of indicator that we have to look at. And, things that make rankings that important are listed here, more or less. And key lines of the projects are here. Well, export of educational services. I have to say a couple of words about that. As far as I know, Brasilia uses Cuban doctors a lot. You employ them. You invite them. They come here. They're basically satisfied with how they perform. And at the same time, Cuban doctors were either directly trained in Russia or they were trained for those trained in Russia, in Cuba. This fact is largely forgotten. So the purpose of increasing international export, of educational export, is actually the purpose of returning into international market for us. So these are the lists of governmental decisions and the way, the roadmap of administrative trip to our state now. And 15 universities that are participating here. All are here. 9 of these universities are in this room, and they will tell you about themselves directly in a few words. But the list of basic characteristics are on the right side. Well, you've seen at the map that this group covers roughly the whole area of Russia, from Moscow to St. Petersburg to Far East. And you could see that basically most of the institutions are located in the European part, Moscow and St. Petersburg, which is natural because most of the resources are there and the leading scientists, leading schools are basically there. But the ministerial decision was very, I think, strategic because they decided to spread the resources, decided to spread the efforts on the whole territory. And for us, it's a chance to increase our performance and the quality thanks to this program. The program is supervised and led by Russian International Council. It consists of 2 more or less equal parts, 13 people in total. 6 of them are Russian representatives. The leader of the group is Dmitry Livanov, Minister of Education. And 4 members of the council represent distinguished institutions and are all experts in international education. You can see who these people are here. And their tasks, what they're actually doing is on the left. A month ago, we had a seminar of International Council in my town, in Tomsk. And, these procedures were very illuminating and inspiring to watch and participate in. So the task of building this 500 project had some critical steps. First one, selecting First one was selecting 15 institutions, and there were two steps. First, 68 universities were selected, and 36, and then 15. But each year, the institutions have to present their achievements, and their participation in the project might be reconsidered. They might be left behind, and other institutions might be included in the project, which makes it highly competitive. These are achievements that we already do have. I can speak about my institution in more detail, but it's more or less similar to all participants. The first point here is to increase the number of publications. You can see that. But how did we do that? And what practically does that mean? In our example, in 2012, we had 423 publications in Web of Science and Scopus affiliated journals. In 2013, we had 1,343. So the number increased threefold. Most of the institutions did more or less the same. Of course, it puts the issue of quantity versus quality, but we can see that, and we are trying to overcome that. The top achievement was made by Novosibirsk State University, and of course we used the advantages that we do have and did have at that time. And one of the biggest advantage of Novosibirsk State was its close connections to Siberian branch of Academy of Sciences. So they had very large research bases. They had 30 institutions, 30 research institutions incorporated or affiliated with Novosibirsk State University. That's why they could make that progress. And our university, Tomsk State, made it to 491. So we are in top 500 and made 100 points up in a year. Well, right now I'm turning to the presentation of particular universities. This is mine. Tomsk State, which was established in 1878 by the special decree of Emperor Alexander II, and for many years it remained the only institution of higher education beyond the Urals. So we were responsible for all academic, civic, law, medical elite for this whole region, from Ural Mountains up to the Pacific and from Arctic Ocean to Central Asia. The only institution was ours. And now we are fully comprehensive. We have 23 departments and institutes. We are not that large, we're medium size. 16,000 students, and well, at the same time, 135 specialties and subject areas. From computer science, fundamental physics, which is the most cited group in Russia. It used to be in 2010, 11, and 12. Not only in fundamental physics, but among all research groups, our group of fundamental physics was the most cited. To arts and humanities, so we have the whole range. Of course, we have to concentrate upon selected number of areas that we put most of our resources to, because you cannot be excellent in all 23. So these 5 centers of excellence, here they are. Theoretical physics, high technology and medicine, biology, biotic climate and landscape, international cognitive research, semiconductor materials and technologies. I would say a couple of words about biotic climate and landscape. You have Pantanal in Brazil here. And this is probably the largest water-covered surface on Earth. And we have Vasugan swamp, which is the biggest swamp in the world. And these 2 areas does affect climate critically. So some of the issues that we can study together are right here. And well, our experience in international master programs, we can start with, well, a number of things. I mean, all our 15 universities. Students exchange, summer schools, winter schools, we all offer that. Most of our institutions offer scholarship programs for international students. We all have student services that solve the task of adjustment and socialization of foreign students. They pick up visitors at the airport, bring them to dorms, register them, solve all their everyday problems. So it's all done. Besides, we can invite foreign professors as employees, part-time or full-time, which is the way to communicate as well. And all our 15 institutions are offering courses and programs in English, of course. Well, second institution is Novosibirsk State.
Hello, everyone. My name is Alena Zaitseva, Student Mobility Program Manager in Novosibirsk State University. Novosibirsk, ever heard the name? It's Siberia, minus 40 bears, etc. You can imagine. And Novosibirsk is like the capital of Siberia, and NSU is the best university of this city. Well, NSU is situated in Akademgorodok, and it was originally built for Siberian branch of Russian Academy of Science. Okay, thank you. And actually, we are NSU and all the 29 research institutes that we have in Akademgorodok. We are 10% of all Russian Academy of Science. NSU was originally built not only as educational university, but as the source of scientific staff for the research institutes. And now NSU is dynamically evolving and progressing university with international connections, double degrees, short terms, long terms, internships, 6 English taught master programs. We launched them last year, and next year, I believe our first international students will graduate. Also, NSU is the perfect place to implement all the ambitions of our current and former students. We have Novosibirsk Technopark, pretty the same as you have in Rio de Janeiro. We visited it yesterday. Actually, interesting thing here is that in Rio de Janeiro, they said that it is a non-profitable organization, and our Novosibirsk Technopark does make money. We were entitled as most successful technopark, okay, in Russia. And okay, the most interesting thing here, rankings of Novosibirsk. You can see that generally we are the 3rd best university in Russia. Well, QS the 2nd actually, Moscow and Novosibirsk, then global Moscow, St. Petersburg, Moscow again, and we are Novosibirsk, then BRIC, Moscow, St. Petersburg, and NSU, and then in physical sciences, we are actually in the first 100 of best world universities. We are 85th. So, well, here we are, Novosibirsk State University from Siberia with love.
And they have their own sea, actually. Ural Federal.
Hello, everyone. My name is Elena Akhizina. I am from the Ural Federal University. I'm sorry, but I will speak in Russian, but don't worry, Vita helps me. Итак, Уральский федеральный университет был образован в 1920 году и находится в городе Екатеринбурге на границе Европы и Азии.
A Universidade Federal de Urais foi fundada em 1920 e fica na cidade de Ekaterimburgo, que fica na fronteira da parte europeia e asiática da Rússia, bem pertinho das montanhas Urais.
Затем он был разделен на два университета, классический и технический, которые в 2011 году снова объединились и основали Уральский федеральный университет.
Na verdade, a universidade ela foi dividida um tempo atrás em duas universidades, universidade clássica e tecnológica. E em 2011, essa universidade se uniu de novo, essas duas universidades foram unificadas, e isso aconteceu em 2011, quando foi formada a Universidade Federal das Montanhas de Ural.
Сегодня Уральский федеральный – это крупнейший университет, один из крупнейших университетов России и крупнейший вуз региона Свердловская область.
Hoje, a nossa universidade é uma das principais universidades da Rússia e a principal universidade da região do Sverdlovsk.
Я не буду повторять то, что вы видите на слайде, а хочу только обратить ваше внимание на то, что если говорить о научных исследованиях, то университет занимает 4-е место среди российских вузов по числу научных публикаций, индексируемых в Scopus Web of Science.
Na verdade, eu não vou repetir o que está escrito aqui na apresentação, mas gostaria de ressaltar que a nossa universidade, na área de pesquisas científicas, tem avaliação, está na 4ª posição dentro das universidades e centros de pesquisas na Rússia e também tem uma alta avaliação no nível internacional.
Если говорить о сотрудничестве с бразильскими университетами, то мы уже имеем такие примеры успешного сотрудничества с университетом штата Сан-Пауло, католическим университетом Рио-де-Жанейро. И также за последние несколько лет нашими учеными были опубликованы 8 научных статей совместно с бразильскими учеными из 5 университетов и национальной лаборатории.
Falando sobre a cooperação com universidades no Brasil, nós já temos acordos de cooperação há algum tempo. Nós temos relações com a Universidade Estatal de São Paulo, com a PUC Rio, e recentemente foram publicadas 8 trabalhos científicos em conjunto desenvolvidos com essas parcerias brasileiras.
Спасибо за внимание, и мы надеемся на дальнейшее сотрудничество с бразильскими учеными.
E estamos esperançosos para aprofundar nossa cooperação com cientistas brasileiros.
Thank you very much.
Samara Aerospace.
I'm going to tell briefly about Samara State Aerospace University. About 12,000 students are educated at now, and our university includes 7 faculty. For example, aircraft engineering, aircraft engine, and other. Since 1957, university started. Since 1957, university started rocketry and spacecraft engineering educational programs. And our educational degrees include specialist degree, master degree, doctor of science, and other. It's examples of scientific and technical projects saw in 2014 year. The university develops cooperation with different space center, and as a result, 2 satellites launched in 2013. It's our future. It's a big project and a very important project for us. It's a Gagarin Center. the Gagarin Center includes different institutes, for example, advanced materials and technologies, biomedical systems, and computer optics. That's all. Thank you.
Kazan Federal University.
Good afternoon. I'm representative of Kazan Federal University, and you can see that it is considered to be one of the oldest universities in the Russian Federation, as it was founded in 1804. So last year we celebrated its 210th anniversary, and nowadays it is one of the leading scientific and educational centers of Russia, and you can see that we have more than 47,000 students, including more than 9,000 international students coming to study from different countries. And we have more than 400 academic programs, and what is quite important, we have double diploma programs and 10 academic programs, including programs for students, masters and PhD programs in English. And what is very important to my mind, for the last 2 years, we have started programs in English for medical students in medicine and dentistry, and these programs are extremely popular nowadays among the students from India and Arabic countries who come to our country. We have a great number of institutes within our university, and all of them are ready, and all of them are very interested in cooperations with your students and faculty members in terms of science or education. But as we have already mentioned, it's not possible to be just best in all fields. So we consider these fields to be the priority at our university. These are oil and gas, biomedicine and pharmaceutics, IT technologies, and advanced materials. And we are particularly interested in cooperation, collaboration, and making joint both scientific and educational projects with your students and faculty members, particularly in these areas. Thank you.